Gotcha.
Haha, we got you guys. That was on purpose. We were hoping you couldn't hear us.
But can you hear us now?
But can you hear us now? Because we are live. Elevation Volleyball coming at you for Tech Tuesday. This is Coach Lisa and
Coach Adam.
That's right. And we're pretty excited to be here. I think this is going to be a fun one with blocking. And no matter if you're a blocker primarily or a defender who plays around a blocker, this is going to be a good session for you. Yes, yes. I'm glad that you hear us now. Hey, so we're starting off today with a few clips from just things that have been going on in the tech world. All you guys have been doing Zoom calls. Everybody's been doing some things with their team. And we just wanted to kind of highlight a couple and just say great job to everyone for keeping it going. It's a time to connect online and to be creative with your teams. We are thriving and not just trying to be here and existing. We're actually thriving in our volleyball world. So let's see a couple things that we've been zooming on these days. First one, we got Coach Omar did a Zoom call with his team. You can see him there taking the picture. It looks like they were working on some things like what are they going to bring back to the table when they come back in elevation. I think this is really cool because you get to see some strong words here. You notice anything that's consistent, Adam?
I see the confidence. Obviously, there's two of those, but I like the trust one personally.
Yeah.
I think it's that just goes to a team concept.
I agree. Trust is a big deal when you have a team, right?
Absolutely.
Next one we have is, who's the next one? We got Collins here. We got a couple people peeking around to see what everything's going. What's that one up top?
That looks like what is that, Alyssa?
I think it says all in.
All in, yes.
I see some discipline, some family, some energy. Well, I'm a big energy person because if you feed energy into one another, your team is going to just explode.
I agree. I miss my team.
Me too.
I miss being in the gym. I miss working with my squad and everything else. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I do too.
The time away has made me more grateful for the time
I miss you guys too. I miss you, Emma Bowman. Miss you, Evelyn Schiller. I miss you, Drock Shea. I even miss you, Lazaya. I'm sad not seeing your face all the time. All right. And one more. Let's do one more. Here we have Susie. We have Lippert. So we have Lippert and Michael. And we have some great handwriting here. We got a lot of confidence in here again.
Oh, passion.
Love that trust is real big. One more time, passion.
Yes. Yes. Your Passio. You remember that from a couple years ago?
Oh, yeah. You know what? If you guys are passionate still, this is great because it's going to keep pushing you through to work at home, to do these things, to do your book clubs, to do your online video with your coaches.
What about the Greek word for passion? Passio?
Oh, yes.
You got to share that. Passion from Passio.
Yes.
It means something. That's where the word passion comes from.
Right.
And Passio means something you're willing to suffer for.
Yes.
Is that right?
That is
Did I just butcher
absolutely
that?
right.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. I like
what
that.
What are you willing to suffer for?
Right. That's
Yeah.
passion. That's good. I like the passion one.
So, yeah, this was it's been fun seeing everybody do things with their team. But we love these days where we get to talk to you guys live on YouTube. We are going to hit into some blocking now, and let's get it going. Yes, but we're going to back off the net a little bit, right?
Yeah, that's on the notes. So we're talking about the 125?
So we're going to talk about the 125 arms, not 90, not 45.
Like this?
Yeah. 125 degrees with their elbows. You know you do it.
Yeah, you did it at the 10s.
So we have
Get a protractor.
everyone starting off the net, maybe a square or two. What we're saying is 125 degrees with the elbows. So they're off the net in an athletic position and on the balls of their feet. So all the weight should be on the inside ball of their foot. Awesome. So we just introduced some arm positioning here. It's kind of cool watching the younger age levels up to the higher age levels, because when you're younger, you guys like hold hands to switch across the net to go to your position. But do you realize that the blocking is the first line of defense? So blocking is the first line of defense. And if we are looking back at our own server, we don't know what's going on the other side of the net. So as you get older, we definitely want to pay attention to the other side of the net and get our arms ready for what's next.
I agree. And a proactive approach when it comes to blocking is always better. And you'll reach a point or an age where you can find that ball almost immediately off the platform and start to figure out what options are available to an offense or a setter. And when you can start reducing variables, life gets easier, and then your blocking gets better.
Our first thing that we're going to do is just a slant to your right, okay? Just slant and jump. Yep.
Keep your head level. When we slant, make sure your head stays level, right?
So we're going to reset.
Going up, whatever.
Arms are 125. We're slanting right. Our arms are going to get over the net as fast as they can. Go. Gonna reset. Elbows are 125. We're gonna slant arms above the net as fast as they can. Draw them out. So leave them up there as long as you can. Go. Slant, up, draw. Good. Reset.
So there's a lot of things going on in that very short frame. So, Lisa, do you want to talk about why we slant?
So slanting, you guys, get you stopped and able to defend a space. Then the defender, all you liberos out there, can play around the block. If we aren't slanting and we're having a continuous movement, it's so much harder to play defense around you. That's why some people like swing blocking and some people don't. If we're having a slant block approach, it's so much easier to play defense around sometime.
I agree. And if you're a right side defending a 31 go or a fade go, if you're helping out in the middle, or you're a left side helping out on a tight horns, you're not going to swing block both unless you commit or get a call from your coach. I think you need to know how to do both. Slanting is important and keeps you balanced, because blocking at a high level comes from the core, and you've got to be strong and balanced.
Right, yeah, this is a great first progression into blocking. We all need to work on the slant first when we start our blocking progressions, so then we can move from that. And if you guys notice that we say a lot of the arms have to be quick over the net here. Arms is a major factor. No matter what your feet do, your arms have to be fast over the net. So if they're ready and they're quick over the net, you're going to have a higher success of blocking the ball.
I agree.
You notice that all of them are slanting on 2 feet. We are not slanting with 1 foot and then the other one. We're slanting on 2 feet. We're going to do it one more time. Watch their 2-foot slant. Go. Shuffle, slant.
They're not slowing down to stop. The head stays level, they slant out, and they're loaded.
One more thing we're going to talk about is our head. Will you talk about the head, Adam?
So head stays level, right? We're not going to bounce out there. So we're going to typically load on the first contact, right? So our team is serving. You older kids are assigning values to hitters in terms of priority, right? So the other team has passed the ball. What do we look like, right? So we're loaded. We call this position loaded. Super balanced. Hands are high because it's a great pass, right? And then we're going to do the shuffle to our right and slant. The head's going to stay level, so we're going to move out efficiently, and we're going to hit that slant and bounce out of it. There's no down up, it's just up. Go for it.
Shuffle, slant.
Good. Ponytail stays level on the way out. One more, please.
Eyes are up at the ball on the block. Go.
Good. Way to land on 2 feet. Way to land balanced and engaged.
Now we're doing shuffle, slant. That's what you just practiced. 1, 2, slant. 125 with your arms. To
Head
the
level.
right. Go. Shuffle, shuffle. Y'all, that was good. I like that. Reset, 125 with your arms. We're in good posture. Weights on the ball of our feet. Shuffle, right, slant, go. Shuffle, slant. Okay, reset, 125 with our elbows. We're shuffling right and we're slanting. Go. Shuffle, slant. You notice that all of them are slanting on 2 feet. We are not slanting with 1 foot and then the other one. We're slanting on 2 feet. We're going to do it one more time. Watch their 2-foot slant. Go. Shuffle, slant.
All right, that's some good stuff. I think what is totally underrated with respect to the hips and the core is that you'll see all those players land very balanced. They're going to land under control, which is hard to do because the good blockers draw out their blocks. And I don't know what your cue is for draw out your block, because I see a lot of younger players jump, then penetrate the plane, and then pull their hands back real fast.
Right.
Like, and the older girls are jumping, and they're sort of letting gravity pull them back down, and they're landing a little taller, so they need to be stronger in the core to better defend those high swings.
Leaving their arms up there. I think Haley does a really good job. She was in the middle at getting her arms over very fast and drawing it out, don't you?
Yes, and before you draw it out, so offensively when we go hit a ball, we jump and we finish jumping and then we swing. It's the opposite when we block, right? So as soon as our feet leave the ground, we're starting to penetrate or try to penetrate the plane before we finish jumping. It's those fast hands to the ball or fast arms, like you said earlier.
Right. When we were doing this second progression, we add after the first slant, the next progression is the shuffle slant. So if you notice, the girls were in a bunch block system. So offensive systems are blocking systems are definitely different. You have a bunch system where the girls are definitely bunched in the middle a little more, and then you have a spread system. Maybe if there's some really live arms on the outsides, then you spread your blockers out a little bit more. But these 3 are showing you right now a bunched blocking system, and they are shuffling before they slant, so they're keeping everything straight along the net with their hips forward before they block. Shuffle, slant. I really like this, especially in quick tempo offenses on the other side of the net. Well, you won't get tooled as much that way.
I totally agree.
All right, let's go on. So we're going to start a swing progression. We're going to start in our loaded position, 125 degrees with our arms. We're going to start with a 1-step swing progression. What these guys are going to do is they're going to cross over with their left leg starts this drill. They're tucking at their hips, pressing above the net as fast as they can. You won't see long arms in their swing block because then they'll clip the net. You'll see them actually tucking a little bit before they press over. Let's watch them. You'll notice that their left leg is starting this drill. Go. And then they're going to stay here. Now the right leg is going to start this 1-step swing block. Go. Right leg. Stay there. Again, we're going to go left leg is starting this, 125 with our arms. So all of our weight is on our right leg right now because our left leg is going to be the one that goes. Go. All the weight is on our left leg. Our right leg's going to be the one that goes. Go.
I think it's good they're leading with their hands.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Their hands are going quick.
Right.
All right. Say it. Tell us anything you guys noticed from that clip. What did you notice maybe about arms or feet? I really, again, I love something that's going on with the arms in that clip. All right. Give us some little notes in your note category, and Adam's going to talk about that clip a little bit.
So if you guys are going to answer Lisa's question about the arms, I'll talk about the feet. And Haley had an excellent demo on the swing blocking feet. And if you get a chance to watch it again, it's pretty specific but necessary. So Haley's toes are roughly 45 degrees. They're not parallel with the net or perpendicular with the net. They're not doing anything that would limit her athleticism or put any unnecessary strain on the knee or anything like that. Her toes stay 45. She engages the core, uses the belly button back to 6, and finishes balanced. I think you guys should really focus on that super specific point because your footwork as a blocker is a huge deal. It is absolutely mission critical.
Yeah, I like how Adam just said belly button back to 6. That's zone 6 on the other side of the net. You must have your belly button to zone 6 before the hitter attacks the ball, or you could get tooled. There are some really great comments in here. We have Janie Rumley came in with fast arms over the net. Critical. If there's one thing you can do well is speed up your arms on blocking.
Yes.
And then again, as BB says, Brooke Boltema, press on as long as possible, drawing that out. Our arms, again, are very critical. All right, here we go. Next slide. Next slide, please.
All right, so we're going to start with the leg closest to the direction we're going. How's that, right? So this will be right leg first to go right, left leg first to go left. So it's going to be right, left, right on the swing. 3-step swing block. So hinge, or at least it said tuck, whatever you call when the hands get past the hips, hinge or tuck. Let's make sure we're leading with our hands. Being a super athletic, just go get the ball. Let's do those toes get to 45. Let's give it a shot.
Good, stay there.
Way to land balanced. I really like the way they land. Super balanced. The core is tight, it's engaged. Let's make sure we keep drawing out our block. So what we mean by drawing out our block is let's let gravity pull us back down. Let's not be in such a hurry to get our hands back on our side of the net. Right? Keep a tight core the whole time. Let's go the other direction. This time the left leg first. Go. Very nice. Super balanced. Okay.
Good.
Way to try.
125 with our elbows. Good starting position.
Yep, we're going to load, hips are down. Go.
Go.
Ready? Go.
Wow, starting position so good in this clip. You know, they're loaded, sitting back a little bit, ready for a quick attack if there is one. If we're standing up with our face licking the net and our knees are locked straight, it's going to take way too much time to get down and ready to go. We need to get there quick. Blocking is a fast thing, and it's not really rewarding. What did they say about blocking? How many blocks you get per game?
I've got my own trivia question, so don't.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right, go ahead, Adam.
All right, so what is your coach's favorite second point? I think you know why. I think you all know your coach's favorite point is an ace. And after that, it's a block, but we got to know why. So if you can answer that, that'd be great. But I think something, when getting so tight to the net, I think Lisa's point, and I totally agree, is you long athletic players need space to go push or penetrate the plane. You can't go straight up and down. You have long arms, and you should absolutely exercise your advantage. So keep that space, embrace the space. You need space to operate in and get long and penetrate the plane. But what I think the players in the previous clip did well is when we say high hands, we don't want to do anything that would ever limit your athleticism. So the hands are high, but the players can still explode. So by high, we mean they're not down around your hips.
Right.
But they're in a position where you feel like you could just pop or flash or spring off the ground quickly for a first tempo ball run at you. Right?
First tempo meaning a quick, like a
yeah,
one
a true
or a
one
back
ball.
one.
Yeah, something tight, something fast where it's a slant pop.
Right. Again, I think this is a great clip of fast arms over the net. And again, that's the number one stressor here, getting their arms over quick. They're also taking up a lot of court with their movement.
And notice how they're not really skinny. So we call skinny blockers who block with their hands really close together.
Right.
So I personally, I'm okay. Every once in a while, you should get field goal as a blocker.
So
It
your
happens.
so your arms are kind of in a Y a little
Yes,
bit.
yeah, we call it a V, but
Right.
That's-
I do agree, and I think a
Every
lot
once
of times they want to get two hands on the ball.
yeah, right.
It's okay to Kong block with one hand.
Yes, yes, it is.
Let's go.
You don't need two hands to block a ball.
Man, and what a good feeling. I've talked to many high-level volleyball players, and blocking is one of their favorite thing to do because you don't get it very often. However, you have to be okay with not blocking everything. If you're set up in a good position, your defense is thanking you for being a good blocker, even though you didn't get the block because they just had a nasty good dig to the setter.
Totally agree. It's like she got it, Livia. So it's part of just winning fast, right? After you block a ball, there are no other variables, right? Nobody's got to dig, nobody's got to transition, nobody's got to set,
Yeah,
and nobody's
Livia.
got to terminate, right?
That's
you
right.
just blocked the ball and got the point. Awesome. Good job, Livia.
Okay, so we're gonna go with a shuffle swing block. So we're gonna try to cover a lot of space here. These girls are gonna start in their loaded position, 125 degrees. We're going to shuffle first. We're gonna cover a lot of space and then do our natural swing block approach block. Tuck those elbows, hinge at the hips. We're gonna watch them all together and, ready? Go. Shuffle, right, left, right. Good. Landing balance. We're going to move to our left, covering lots of space. Go. Shuffle, left, balanced. Good. We're going to do one more of this. We're going to get our spacing. Good, 125 degrees. Good, we're nice and loaded. Go. Shuffle, right. Long arms leading with our hands. In a good position here, 145 with our elbows, and go. Shuffle, left. Nice, loaded, balanced.
Good. I like this next progression. It's a great middle blocking progression. Our pin blockers sometimes do a lot of the slant blocking, while our middle blockers may need to cover more area and shuffle before they swing. Also, it lets a little time happen to get the outside blockers out of your way, so that shuffle allows some space to be created. And once again, first thing I noticed was those arms over the net fast.
Yeah, I like that. I also like how quickly the blockers are moving. That's a full speed block, right? Because in real life, we don't get to go 75%. So they go game speed. It's max jump, max effort every time you block. They land under control. It's a good thing to be able under control at full speed.
I think that's from a good starting position as well, Adam, don't you?
Absolutely.
All right, let's keep it rolling. Next slide.
So we're going to talk about the one-footed approach block. Often used definitely at the older ages, the 17s, 18s, maybe you're planning a seeded 16s. This is largely for when maybe you're one-stepping the middle and you get beat. So we're going to let the players intro. So they're going to go to the right, and it's just going to be right-left. They're going to drift a little bit, but they're going to stay under control. We want to keep this safe, mostly. But we're going to try to get both hands to the ball and help our defense as much as possible, right? So we're loaded. We're at 125, the head's level. We're going to go right-left to our right. We're going to land on 2 feet after leaving the ground off of 1 foot, right? And when we go off that 1 foot, we're going to make every effort to get our belly buttons, our cores back to 6 and hands to the ball quickly. Like I said, this is used when we get beat. So we're late. We're already late. Let's see it. Ready? Go.
I don't know what
Haley Green literally just went on 2 feet.
My bad.
We're going to start that over.
Yeah.
Let's start over. Are we ready? Ready?
Maybe.
Under control. Let's draw the block out. Ready? Go. Land on both feet and balance. Well done. Let's go back to the left here. Go. Left. Good. Very good. Again. Ready? We're going to go to the right. Just a simple right, left, hands to the ball, belly button to the ball as quickly as possible. Ready? Go. Good job. Ready? We're going to go to the left. Remember, fast hands to the ball. Go. Well done. Way to engage both hands. Good job.
Okay, so that was kind of fun because right off the bat, you guys got to hear Adam getting on Haley for going off at 2 feet. This is definitely a higher level block and maybe the last of your progression if you're doing any footwork at home. Make sure we're landing on 2 feet, everyone, because that's a big deal. This block is primarily an emergency, but we do have to practice emergency moves because obviously even in this clip, it didn't come naturally at first. So if it does, you can tell Marilyn, she's one of our better 1 foot takeoff slide hitters.
Absolutely.
She really does well with this move. You can see her even get some height with it.
Yeah, I agree. And Lisa's key word was emergency. So it is something we talk about at 17s and 18s. But at 17s and 18s, if your norm is a 1-footed block, we have problems.
Right.
Yeah, you know, this should not be your average or normal block approach. This is an emergency move. If you find yourself 1-footed blocking all the time, there's a problem. We're not looking at the right things. We're not communicating about the right hitter or prioritization or, you know, red hitter or likely hitter to be set.
Would that be like a libero always on the floor?
Yes, it's the same thing, exactly. Great analogy.
So Marilyn is penetrating the plane. It is all about how far you go across the net, not necessarily above the net. So Marilyn's going to go, so her head is slightly down, her eyes are up on the ball because she sees the ball she's blocking. You'll notice how her shoulders roll forward, right? Thumbs are angled slightly up. Getting a lot of touches off her palms, just trying to penetrate this plane and put her palms on the ball, especially at the level of the attacker. She's sealing the net, super balanced.
I'm glad we get to end to emphasize the arms again and how quick they need to be over the net. I like this clip because I think this is something that we can do as coaches a little bit more, letting the girls get a feel for what it's like to have a good block. In this clip, you see her arms penetrating the net, but also finishing not with a swing of the shoulders, but with a break of the wrists back into the court.
Right. She's super strong from fingertip to shoulder. She is anticipating contact. I think if you take away one thing from the whole blocking series is you have to have a mentality that embraces the physicality that is blocking. This is the most physical part of volleyball, and if you touch 10 feet, great, but if you don't embrace the idea of this physical part of the game, you'll never be a great blocker.
Before we start this last slide, I want to know if any one of our teams have any blocking cheers. Tell me what those cheers are in our posts here. Write it as best you can, because I think if you get a block, it is a big deal.
Yes.
All right, let's keep moving. Post your block. Block cheer.
Cool. So Marilyn's going to come from a swing block position. All right, so she's going to start it with the hinge. Got tooled. She's going to start with the hinge. See the ball. Put your palm on the ball. Independent hands. She's got independent hands. The outside hand is super strong right now. Right? We need to get past the hitter a little bit. Right? Good. So we're past the hitter a little bit. Marilyn's core is super engaged. She's getting back to 6 as quickly as possible.
That was an awesome job by Marilyn and Charlotte, Peyton, and Ken's yes. Yes.
Yes.
You're all right. Yes.
It is.
That is exactly what it should be. But I really like Marilyn's ability. You'll notice that her head goes down, but her eyes stay on the ball.
Good call.
At the very end, you should be watching the ball and going to get the ball. But before that, we call it ball hands, ball hitter. And by ball hands, ball hitter, we mean ball hands, first tempo hitter, then hit your own hitter, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know I don't know what other teams do or their order of operations, but that's how we verbalize it at 17s. What do you got, Coach?
I think it's a good thing on the box to do this as a coach as well, because if we're swing blocking, we need to work on getting our hips around and our core to 6 before we block the ball. So I think this is a great drill to use in practices as well as the progression that we just went through. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, Christina Blunt, I see you. Hey, Charlie. Like a tissue. Nice, Riley. Hey, blocking is so much fun, you guys. I think
Yes.
this was a great progression for all of us. I think this is something you can do at home, against your garage, against a wall, and you could do the progression that we just did. There was how many steps in that progression? There was a slant, a shuffle slant, a quick swing block, a
two-step swing block.
two-step swing block, a three-step swing block, and
a
a
to
shuffle swing
3.
block, and
Yep.
then the emergency move, right?
Right.
So there's like 5 to 6 progressions that you can do at home here without even a ball. And we all know footwork is the key to success in most all sports.
Right, and and if you're sort of bored or you've done the footwork enough times, I want, especially you middles and pins, blockers obviously, I want you to watch film and evaluate your eye work or awareness when you're watching films. Do you see the 31 coming early? Did you see the slide early? Do you understand when your left side came in the middle at a 2-ball? Evaluate your eye work. We call that eye work.
Fantastic. Hey, this was good. I'm glad we got to do this, and I'm excited about Thursday because we get to watch some live blocking.
Yes.
And hopefully there'll be lots of oohs and ooh going on in everybody's houses, because I know I might be doing that.
Yes. Yes, blocks are awesome.
Okay, we'd like to end this time before everybody gets off with about 15 seconds. Just a moment of silence for Chanel. And we'd just like for you guys all to take about 15 seconds and to get everything just quiet in your home and in yourself. Awesome. Once again, I just want to thank everyone in our family. You guys are just supporting one another right now like no other, just by popping on these YouTube videos, by commenting on Instagram, looking at our TikTok and making comments, sending videos in. Keep it up, you guys. We all need each other. We need community. And as far as yesterday is concerned, I think schools are done and no more spring sports. It's not looking great for club volleyball, but we do have our family here, and we need to really keep lifting each other up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you guys for signing on.
Yep. Thanks, Adam.